Hey friends, this is Amanda. I have some encouraging things for you today. I was going to film this tomorrow actually, but the Holy Spirit just fell on me and he was like, no, film it right now. And I was like, okay, let's film it right now. I've been filming a lot today for other videos for you all for my ministry, but we're going to get started with this video. I have a word for you today, but I want to start with a personal experience that I had 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I went to this 2-week training for believers in Christ. It was like a prophetic training. It was something that I didn't normally do or experience because I came out of a denomination that did not talk about the prophetic gift. However, I was super hungry. I was super hungry for experiencing the Lord more and deeply. I was hungry to be healed of some things inside of my heart and soul, and I was just very hungry to move in the power of God the way that the Word of God shows us and demonstrates before us, like in the book of Acts, how they moved powerfully in the Lord. I was hungry for all of these things, and I knew that hunger was from the Holy Spirit. I knew that by His grace, He put that in me to search these things out. So when I went to this experience, I was surrounded by people who were highly anointed with the prophetic gifts, and I was just like, wow, this is so cool. I can learn from these different individuals. So I watched, I learned, I gained a lot. And then at night, the Lord would meet me when I would sleep at night, and I had these dreams that I was like, whoa, these were new things for me. They weren't something that I was used to, but it was amazing because he was definitely doing something in me. I didn't understand everything, but I just trusted Him and I trusted what He was doing. There was a lot of supernatural deliverance in my life in that season, and I knew that He was planting something in me that He told me later would blossom in my life. I didn't know what that was. I just was super excited about it. I was super excited about it, and I trusted Him with what He said, and I was like, all right, I'm going to steward this. I know He planted something in me. I'm going to steward my walk with Him. I'm going to continue to grow. I'm going to find healing, emotional healing, so that I'm a better instrument of the Lord and that I don't get in the way of what He's doing, like all of these things. So 5 years later, after a lot of counseling, after a lot of personal growth, and continuing to walk deeply with the Lord, He told me, this is the year, Amanda, that the things that I planted in you 5 years ago are going to start to bloom. And I was really excited. So when I shared with you guys a word a couple of weeks ago, I think it was the end of April, and I said that the Lord is bringing a season of summer to us. And He told me personally to be ready by the month of May. I was expecting what He had planted in me 5 years ago to just start to come out and just explode and just see amazing things with the Lord. So this month has been the start of that. I don't know how to further explain, but my relationship with the Lord has deepened. I'm just so in love with Him. He's just increasing my love for Him. He's increasing my focus on Him. He's teaching me things. He's being super clear when He speaks to me. And I'm like, whoa, where did this come from, God? This is amazing. Yeah, it's been amazing. It's like a personal revival that's happening within me. It's so exciting. I kind of feel a little dorky right now sharing it with you, but I know that a part of the summer season is personal revival for each one of us. Personal revival for each one of us. So let me share the things that the Lord wanted me to share with you as well, besides that personal testimony. It's kind of just a warning too. So yeah, where the Lord is at work in an intense way, if you're experiencing Him on a deeper level, if you're going through your own personal revival, it's not for naught. It's for something good, right? It's for continuing to bring His truth and His word to those around you in your life, in your spheres of influence. So revival isn't just for us alone. It's to impact those around us. So when God is working intensely in our lives, do not forget that the enemy is attracted to that because he wants to sabotage what God is doing. So this is my warning. The enemy wants to sabotage what God is doing. The enemy's not dumb. He knows when the Lord is working in certain individuals. And so he's watching and he's trying to trip us up. So if you also have been feeling not only an intense personal revival starting to happen within you, but spiritual warfare, praise the Lord for that, because the enemy sees you more as a threat. He sees you more as a threat. So how do we respond to this? Well, we don't cower in fear, and we don't allow ourselves to fall into discouragement, and we don't put our eyes or our focus on what the enemy is trying to do. So let me read this to you that the Lord put on my heart this morning. It says, don't focus on what the enemy is doing to cause rifts, to cause distraction, but place your heart and your eyes on the Lord and what he is doing. In other words, ignore the enemy as if he wasn't there, and he will get bored and he will leave. Don't entertain him in your thoughts where he seeks a foothold. When we focus on what the enemy is doing, we're actually lifting him up to a place that he doesn't belong. Only Jesus should be exalted in our hearts. So keep your eyes on things above, as Paul exhorts us in the New Testament, right? In the New Testament, sorry, I tapped my steering wheel. So a couple of things. When the enemy does come to try to distract, to try to sabotage, to try to pull us away, or even put hindrances before us, when he tries to do that, we shouldn't allow it to pull us away from what God is doing. So my encouragement for you, and it's very, very simple. It's very, very simple. Obviously, do your best to ignore what the enemy is doing, but be intentional with putting your focus on the Lord and being grateful and thankful for what he's doing in this season. And those other things, don't give them attention. Don't give the enemy attention, and they will fall away. And don't be discouraged or think that the Lord is not with you if you are being attacked spiritually. Count it as like a mark of joy and excitement that the enemy sees you more as a threat. So keep in line with what the Lord is saying to you. Do not drift to the right or to the left. Keep in line with what he is saying to you. It will not give the enemy any opportunity to pull you away from what God is doing. So don't give the enemy any opportunity. I went on a run. I'm always going on runs. But I went on a run on these trails the other day, and as I was running, the Holy Spirit was speaking to me, and there's these little arrows that pointed to the path that I needed to stay on, because there were several paths that would split off this main path. And I was following the little arrows so that I wouldn't, end up in a path that I shouldn't be down, and I wouldn't get lost, and I would find my way out of this park. Excuse me. And the Holy Spirit said, that's how I want you to follow me, Amanda. I want you to look for those arrows, because I'm going to place them before you at the right time, and you will know the next step of what I'm doing and what I want you to do. You will know. Don't move to the right. Don't move to the left. Don't be discouraged that there are other paths that are forming. Listen to my voice and follow it, and be intent on following my voice alone, and you will not stumble. You will not stumble. The enemy will not be allowed to make you stumble if you follow the voice of the Lord. If you follow the voice of the Lord. So that's my encouragement to you. If you're experiencing personal revival, it's exciting because God's going to use you in your sphere of influence to touch the lives of those around you. Stay in prayer, stay in worship before the Lord, spend time with him, and trust that he is doing something, that he's in control, and that the enemy cannot sabotage what God is doing within you. You're even going to overcome things that you were not able to overcome before. Things that would trip you up in the past. God is giving you the ability to overcome those things, giving you tactics, teaching you how to overcome and to not allow things to pull you away. So, I hope this blesses you. I hope it encourages you. I'm praying that the Lord would just fill you with his joy and his peace and continue to spark that revival within your heart, because he's doing something amazing. He's doing something amazing. Talk to you later. Bye.